Bruh.
Awesome music. Hope you recovered a bit. Invest in yourself. Glad you're on today. Have a great show, Brew Kings.
Bruh.
Hey, traders, what's going on? Welcome to episode 640 of the show. You could be doing anything but you're here, and I appreciate it. You know that, right? So it's raining a little bit. It's okay, down about nearly $700. But it's not like that was... I mean, come on, dude. We impulse down, upsloping consolidation. You were in the golden zone, 50% retrace, right at the 50% retrace. Dallas theory. Remember, what is Dow's theory? After an impulse down, you recover about 50% of the way before reversing your price action. And it goes back to the prevailing impulse, right? The down move, okay? Impulse down. So we got it, but now it's the question of, all right, at least we know if 50% retrace gives us more, or I guess it gives us less options, which is good to know which kind of harmonic this might turn into if it does manifest into one. All right, when we sold off, I think we went kind of nuclear on the RSI on the 60 minute. And so from there, we kind of went sideways, moved up a little bit, but not much behind the move, right? And now you're just rejecting higher prices, right? I mean, look at the 60 minute. Okay, this is all that's going on in the 60 minute. Remember the rising wedge? That is correct. You broke out, never hit the measured move. Measured move was down at around 9,700. $934 measured move. Well, it was close, man. It was close and may not be done. As just on the last 60 minute candle, we bearishly engulfed. All right, so very little positive momentum on the move to the upside. So what does that mean? At least, hey, the negative Momo went to neutral in the green, and now if we sell off some more, make lower lows, well, you'll probably get some bullish divergence on the 60 minutes, on the MACD at least, maybe the RSI as well. It could be argued, at least in the short term, there was just a little bit from a low to a lower low, slightly higher levels of relative strength, and that was the break of the upside, but it just didn't manifest into anything because, yeah, man, I mean, look, your impulse just started. Let's let the dust settle. We could go down one more fib node. You know where 9,700 is? That happens to be, it still gives you the bat, right? 9,700 right here. That's the measured move. That's an 84% retrace, which is fine. All right, and you can go even all the way down to the 88.6% retrace before this pattern becomes invalid. You fall below 9,600, 9,630. It's no longer a potential bearish bat pattern. Okay, it then becomes, well, is it going to be a double bottom? Maybe, but then you'd have to start thinking if we fell below the 886, 100%, then you're looking for the 113%. 113% retrace. Whoops, he just freaked out. That's the minimum criteria for what? A potential bearish cipher, which has a different PCZ. One fib node lower at the 786. So these are just things to think about. This is the minimum requirement, the max, where you can't go any lower. We're gonna be monkey S down here, dude. Real monkey S. The 1414 fib extension. Right around this area, right around 8,800. 8,900, we'll give it that. All right, so that's as low as you can go. And that was what happened here. We didn't get to a 1414, we got to a 130% fib extension from A to B, 130% retrace. All right, before the bounce. So let's see, man, will it be a higher low, a double bottom, or a lower low? These are questions we, ask. But for now, it's stalling at a 786 until it falls lower. So we'll just keep the 886 here just so we know, like, if it does fall lower, hey man, this is as low as we can go if it's to be a freaking bat. If you missed the stream yesterday, you missed out on a really, really informative, educational little segment I did on the bat, the bearish bat, and then kind of the bullish bat too. So check it out. It's again, in the previous stream I did. It was the day stream. I took off yesterday. Wasn't feeling good. Not feeling well at all. Still kind of feel weird. I think it's just that mycoplasma stuff where, you know, mycoplasma is a bacteria that causes pneumonia. And it's like, if that is the case, then no wonder, like, I've been coughing a lot more and stuff, because it's like that, it's trying to progress, but it's getting thwarted by the antibiotics and all that. So, whatever, man. So, I mean, like, it's always just wishful thinking to get a high or low. I mean, it'd be great, right? It would just be another consecutive high or low, all right? But again, we have no expectations, because when we have expectations, we become emotionally charged, right? With with a decision we make based on emotion when it goes the other way. Even if it goes the way you want, it's still bad, because you don't want to have, you know, euphoria, any type of euphoria.
I'm back at work and can't tune in live except for my commute. Hope Vegas Connect was fun. You deserve it, mate.
Bruh.
Iron Halo, XRP, man. Thanks so much for the 10 Australian dollars, mate. Yeah, it was magical, man. Fantastic time. I only got about half the trip in. The other half was spent with a really bad fever. It was awful, man. Like, I hated it so much. Was stuck in the suite for the last evening of my stay there. Everyone's stay. So, but man, we put in the work the day and a half before, though. I'll tell you that. It was a lot of fun. Karaoke, just drinking, man. Chandelier pong. Oh yeah, dude. It was nice. Of course, the IRL streaming, the what it do streams, as some would say in the Gen Z. Okay, what it do is pretty much what Seth was putting us up to. Was just going around talking to girls and all that. What it do, man. And it's a pretty, you know, I don't know. It's like a new thing or newer thing. Been around for a couple of years, but anyway. So that's it, man. I mean, big sell-off today, down nearly 7%, 600 or 6.58%, and we've got 1 hour 42 minutes till your daily close again, and things are just going as kind of not expected, but as well, go figure the nature of waves and how they work, man. Right? We knew you were in the golden zone and could have gone down at any time, right? That's what you say. Okay, we're ready. We're waiting. We're looking for that reversal. And there was some weakness towards like the very end of the stream. It's like lower high, and then boom, the big red engulfing candle took us down. Okay, man, I'm sorry. I've been like kind of like just going through charts today. A lot of scanning. Monero was tripping me out on the log scale a little bit. Shop, please, HG. What's the point of shop, man? I mean, I definitely scanned that one. It's just insane.
Bruh.
Shopify, will you marry me?
Shopify? You there? Shopify said no, not yet. Not until it dumps. Okay, Kevin, man. Thanks so much for the elite contribution, the Neo in the jar. All right, man. We got Neo. We got Ethereum Classic. Hive in the chat for the altcoins, the S coins. I was looking at Neo too, man. Interesting on Neo. Kind of since I know you said Shopify, but you tipped a Neo. So let's kind of look at it, right? What is this, chat? Someone tell me what this potential pattern is. First one is Kang. First one who answers is Kang. Go. What potential harmonic this is. Or change the color. That makes more sense, I guess. A little bit more feminine. I'm just waiting for an answer from the chat. This is a pop quiz. Okay, and if you don't get it, you're wrecked. No. Seth Dominus, look at B. Look at the B retrace. Y'all just literally guessing all of them, and you're all wrong. I can't believe that. Y'all literally just randomly picked all of them. Nope. Nope. Check A to B. Look at the retrace. Don't be mistaken. B will set you free on this one, dude. Many puns. Dang, dude, that was a serious pun. The B will set you free.
Just a little donation for your time and your sick harmonics.
Bruh. Bruh.
Marco Rivera, man, thanks for the 1999 super chat, man. Monero in the jar. So dumb. I gotta change all the variations because it's like it's pretty much $20, but it did $19.99. So the variation for Litecoin didn't trigger when it should have. But 1 cent, man, 1 penny. I don't know why YouTube does that. Like, what do they think, man? Like, oh hey, man, they're on mobile. They can only tip to a 99 cent centile, right? They can't be like, I want to tip $5 on mobile. They won't. Doesn't let you do that. So it's annoying. So there you go, Jeremy, Julia. Project 500, you were close, but you were wrong. It was not bearish. It was bullish. Just making sure. Yeah, it was the first person to literally answer exactly correct was Jeremy S. Julia said butterfly. That's cool. But it was a certain type of butterfly, and it was a bullish one. All right. Remember, chat, why is it not a crab? Because it retraced too deep. The crab is a 38.2% retrace to a 50% retrace, right? And no deeper. No deeper at all. Okay, incorrect. This was 78% retrace. Like, pretty much perfect 786 retrace. Okay, so, with that being said, this one's not as nice because because the PCZ is extremely large. Alright? PCZ is between a 1272 and a 1618. So, maybe the 1272 makes sense because there's kind of an ice line support here. And maybe we'll get some divergence too, or maybe even on the daily, right? But this thing could go from a 1272 all the way down to a 1618 before it becomes invalid. So that's a pretty wide swath, right? $7.20 all the way to $8.30. So it's like a dollar range. So I kind of like in crabs, you know, the crab patterns. If they're 50% retrace, 38% retrace, whatever, it's valid as crab. It is not a 1272. It is a 1618 only. Okay. If that makes sense. Anyway. So just a little bit of Blitzkrieg education. Pop quiz. Blitzkrieg pop quiz on you, man. Yoda Scott. Run over. Jeremy S. got it, though. It was a little delayed. Alright, was he flipping through the book, man? Jeremy, what were you doing? I'm just kidding, man. Giving you a hard time. Who cares, dude? It's Wednesday, man. Can you even believe it's Wednesday? Alright, so that, I mean, you just be waiting, right? Look at the daily on Neo. Oh, good God, right? Just too high, too fast. You finally, I think, broke the support. This just upsloping support here. Even if you do it like that, you broke it, you're below it. But again, soon approaching a May 10th, 2019 level. So, you know, November 2018 high, look, a December 2018 high, right? A little wick at January 2019. All right. Clearly here, you know, from this huge dump, a huge spike in negative Momo. And, you know, you got almost inexistent negative Momo on the slightly lower low. And now you're kind of making a lower low again. And you're not really going anywhere yet. So, the thing we have to do is always take it with a grain of salt, right? Or take, you know, I guess we have to always think about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the grain of salt, right? In our analysis of altcoins, we have to always analyze Bitcoin first, which we did. We analyzed Bitcoin first, now we're looking at altcoin. That's why it's kind of like we look at Bitcoin first almost every stream because it's that important to this market. It is the, like, S&P 500. Right? You want to look at the S&P 500 before you look at, you know, a FANG stock. But, you know, we know the FANG stocks take up about 20%, I think, of the S&P 500 market cap or something like that. It's crazy. They're big market movers. Anyway, so I just want to go over NEO. I saw that. So what? Of course, I mean, do we want to look at EOS, or not EOS, God, Ethereum, right? All right, made it to that little entry. We came back. We pulled it on back. You're right back at critical areas, man. All right, this is log scale. I put this in log scale because I feel like the exponential losses were valid. I think when you go from when you lose half your value in less than a month, or what it was like, you almost half your value in a month, but then, like, you know, sideways consolidation, then went slightly lower to make it to where you lost half your value in 2 months. All right.
I found an ABCD harmonic within another ABCD harmonic on the BTC daily. Canonical from my analysis. What say you? Am I off base? Starts on April 1st.
Drew, thank you for the 5 super chat. Excuse me. All right, let me go to the daily. Let me hide this visibility for the 60-minute only. April 1st. April 1st. ABCD. A, B, C, where's the 61% retrace? Right?
You can't run. But I want to. I want to run away from myself. I want to run away from it all. The storm is too strong.
See, I don't think we ever got a April 1st, you know. You're supposed to start at a swing low, right? You said April 1st. So how do we start on the top? You're supposed to start... Well, are you talking about a bearish? A, B, C. See, I don't know, man. I don't really know how you're looking at this. Because at any time, I mean, like, you'd have to start at a swing low. So maybe if you have a visualization for me, that'd be nice. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't see it. You did say April 1st, so I'm kind of confused about that. Anyway, what he's talking about, though, it's like the ABCD. You run up, whatever. You retrace 61.8% of the way. 618, and then you rally and hit a 1272. The thing about this, though, all the studies on these ABCDs, since there are only 4, there's not 5. It's going to be kind of like that butterfly where you have a range. It's really taking a short between the 1272 and the 1618. Okay, let's see, 1272. So you can see the range is kind of like rather large. 1618. Dude, I can't get it like perfect, whatever. All right, so that's like the range for a short. Okay. And then one can from the low to high, the target would be the 618 profit taking level. You can do 50%. You're conservative. See what I'm saying? And that's how it works. The ABCD, actually, I've done a static video on it. in the education tab on my YouTube channel. If you want to learn more about the ABCD and look at do an example, I think, on Tesla, check it out, man. Educational. Yeah, it's just another type of harmonic. It's just not, it doesn't have the 5, it has the 4. So, whole game. Whatever. Oh, thanks for the 536 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, that like button, that bell, that sub. Just looking at Ethereum on log scale. Looking at the daily, looking at the divergence on both oscillators. And we could end up getting even more divergence if Bitcoin wants to sell off more, if Ethereum wants to sell off more. But I mean, you're falling below. The support here is not really good. You don't want to fall below this, man. I mean, what does that say about Ethereum's trend if divergence develops on the daily on both oscillators? You're at a critical support and you can't hold it. It means very little demand. The trend could very well just be over, right? I mean, think about the areas where your trend starts getting in jeopardy. It's like 150 is a swing low. Another one's 123. Then 104. So it's like if the trend's reversing, then you're just going to start cracking through previous swing lows that you developed and ran to swing, new highs. So that's how the trend will work. You'd have to break this, then back test it, then rally again, test it, break it, back test, run to the up or run to the downside, break the next support, then back test it, then run again, right? That's how trends develop. Okay, you're doing consecutive things, consecutive lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Does seem like, kind of like, though, we have some sort of wedge, two converging down sloping trend lines that form an apex. And a lot of times often those patterns signify exhaustion and price action reversal. Okay, so my music stopped. That's okay though. We're good, man. We always got music up in here. Don't worry about that. I'm trying to recover from my ailments that I received in Vegas. It was a nice souvenir. We'll be okay. Sorry, I missed all the chat. I'm gonna scroll just a little bit. Okay. I guess we can look at XRP too. Sorry. Yeah. The question was on XRP. Can it break back above the area that was once a critical support, now as a resistance? Nope, couldn't. Hit it and failed. Yep, hit it and failed. Nearing double bottom territory. Well, we've seen a double bottom down here before. It was much more major for a huge run. All right, so you are still in this little channel, I guess, consolidation.
Can you take a look at me a dumpster fire, please? From me and MK Lord.
Yes, absolutely. I sure will. And Jemima Technologies, dude. It's hilarious. Oh my god. It finally broke to the upside. I can't believe it, man. Oh my god, what am I supposed to do with this now, man? Yeah, we'll look at it. Okay, certainly. So the question is here. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. Why? You're making a low on price, slightly higher low, around the same low, which could, if Bitcoin dumps, could end up being a much lower low. But you gotta at least look and see from this low to this low. Right? 4-hour bullish engulfing candle, and the previous one on the previous close And yeah, man, there's definitely the thought here that maybe you have a double bottom, but it might make a lower low, and then you could just have an X, A, B, C, D pattern, right? Just a harmonic like Bitcoin, or you could just interpret it like a potential bottom, and you're in that area of low risk, right? Does anyone see this? Don't fall asleep on XRP, though I know everyone has, and hey, for good reason. All right, things been devastated, but it's showing exhaustion now on the 4-hour. Been showing exhaustion on the daily, at least on the MACD. And that's about it. You know, it's not showing on the RSI really. I mean, maybe if it makes a lower low here on a close, it might pivot and make a hot, tail end bullish divergence. Sure. That's what I'm saying. The question, the title of the stream was like, are alts ready? Oscillators are saying they're kind of ready. The sell-off we've had says they're kind of ready. The critical supports looking left are saying they're kind of ready to recover some. But Bitcoin's not being so clear, and that's, Bitcoin's being very clear in terms of it's maybe developing a harmonic, but we don't know where the selling's done. We don't know this B to C impulse, which is one of your shorter ones, just like A to B. We don't know when it's going to pivot for real and start its last leg, which is C to D. Don't know. Often you're looking for divergence or convergence. Well, on Bitcoin right now, we're kind of converging. We really are. Okay. Aunt Jemima Connect. I know you've asked about it before. We looked at it before. Not really sure what I can do for you here. Good God. I mean, do we just take these two up here? We could just do 1 and 2. And this is the momentum. The momentum. Yeah, all right. I mean, there's just nothing you can really do here, man. It's terrible. It broke a... Whatever this is. This isn't even a structure. Is this a trend, man? Just this methodical sell-off and you're running the upside? Okay, you're running the upside and you're doing what? From your high to low, you've hit a 23% retrace. Oh, you're asking about the inverted hammer? Is it a double bottom, man, on a gap down? Well, nasty. Look, it opened the day, all right, at 1185. Rallied all the way up to 1388 and then just got, the sellers just took over at the end of the day and closed this thing at 1227. Ridiculous, man. Yeah, if you start making some lower lows here, maybe slightly lower lows, maybe you start diverging, but for now, I don't know. What do you mean? What was it? You asking, is it a double bottom? I don't know, man. That's not a very discernible peak. That's just one little far up, hitting your most shallow retrace before getting rejected there. Pathetic. Real pathetic. Kind of like a dark cloud cover right here, where you opened higher than your previous candle, then pierced about 50% of the way through the candle. Yeah, reversal into the gap down, inverted hammer, connect. Wow. HG, man. I think you might need a refund on your 318 Kappa. Just kidding. Just because, this thing is just terrible. Oh, boy. Right, you had the bearish consolidation after the impulse and then sell off again. You want to look another way. Fib extension, what did we hit? Your previous low to high? A 1618. You're at the golden mean ratio. Fib extension. All right, the golden mean ratio, the 161.8% retrace from this low to high. So there you have it. Hype in the chat, I guess, for that.
Bruh.
Here's haven't touched it really. Shopify fell out a couple times of this channel. 389. I was reading a newsletter, people talking about Shopify being Bitcoin, the next Bitcoin. It is acting as Bitcoin. And I'll show you a monthly chart, chat. You want to see a monthly? Welcome to Rudy Poo World, where nothing makes sense. Everything just goes straight up. You are sitting at 88 on your monthly RSI. When it comes down, man, it's gonna be bad. It'll be real bad. Sorry, man. Just trying to get back in the swing of things. It's been, I don't know. I hate being not feeling well, feeling weird, not right. Anyway, so there's your shop, dude. Not much to really look at. Nothing you can't fib it. Nothing you can do with Fibonacci really here. And channel-wise, we just looked at it. All you can do is just kind of look at the daily and just look at its pretty insane run up.
Mitch, welcome home from the Wolfpack meeting in Vegas. Did you have Bitcoin as a Gartley with 0.786 PCZ coinciding with the upper trend line of the downward channel again? Just wondering what you thought, but it's lining up just like the last time. Good short?
Peter Piper, thanks for the $5 contribution, man. Yeah, we had the Lone Man Wolfpack, or whatever they call it. Yes, that was spectacular. It was wonderful, man. It just shows, like, the energy and the vibes were so positive. There was never a problem. It was just so smooth, and it would just seem like I'd known these people that I was meeting for the first time. And I had already met multiple people there multiple times, you know. But the ones that I just met, it's like I'd known them for a really long time. It was just so natural. It was amazing. I love it. So to answer that, but then you're saying, did you have Bitcoin as a Gartley 786 PCZ? No, we can't. This cannot be a Gartley. That's over. It's done. Okay. Let it be decreed that this cannot be a Gartley. Why? Someone tell me why. Pop quiz. I mean, I can tell you, but why not make you think about it and answer the chat? I mean, I try to educate in here like every day, so put it to the test. Why can this not be a Gartley? And I'll wait for your answer. Sorry, man. If y'all had done better on the butterfly question, you know, I wouldn't be probably asking. I just need to see, man. Look, I'm a sickly TA man, okay? I got the black lung, pa. HG, probably inside information is your best bet. Yeah, Rimlog, man. It was like, oh yeah, dude. Friggin' Rimlog. Dude, he was a natural. Dude, Rimlog, you should start streaming, dude. I would totally watch you do Who Dat streams. Or no, excuse me, What It Do streams. Let's see. Jeremy says 618. Correct. Orange Juice says B, so that's vague, but kind of correct. Needs the 618. Says Brett. Yeah, that's right, Brett. It has to be. If it was a Gartley, the 618. Right here. It would have had to have gone up one more time, and we were discussing that was always a possibility of a scenario. But we're not here to try to nitpick on where this thing reverses. We knew between the 382 and the 618, it could reverse any time, and it did at the 50, which is completely fine. So, can't be, all right? And if it was, the PCZ would be a 786 here. And that's what Peter Piper was talking about. That would be the PCZ for the bearish Gartley. Speaking of bearish Gartley, just real quick, while scanning, maybe saw something. Alibaba Connect. Right around 60, you know, it's the golden retrace up here. And you're, you know, obviously you might sell off here and then rally, but eventually looking for that $185, $186 area for a bearish Gartley, man. All right, Baba. Alibaba, man. Remember the huge ascending broadening wedge? Remember the double bottom? Remember the rising wedge right here? Get rid of it. It just gets too busy. It's like you want to keep it all up for it's just fun, man. They should just start getting printed out, start, you know, putting Pepes on them and framing them, and then putting them on my wall. And I can have a harmonic room, like a harmonic guest room. Be amazing. Have the bed sheets be a bunch of different harmonics. That'd be cool. Anyone staying in my house will be sleeping in a harmonic bed. Wow. Anyway, so just going back to Bitcoin now. I have an alert anyway set up on Baba, so let's go back, and it is the 886. Okay. Peter Piper, does that help? Let me know. Could turn bat at any moment. Well, it is bat right now. Like 38% retrace to 50% retrace. It is in bat territory. But the thing is, if Bitcoin sells off again, which it very well could, we have no idea if this is the end of the sell-off. Bitcoin did nothing, right? It just, oh my God, one little green candle for 4 hours because your 60 minute was oversold, right? Went sideways, so it could sell off easily and come down to 9,600. But that's the cutoff for the bat. Can't go any lower than 9,600. That's right, Aaron. Ron, yes. Hi, Gandhi, man. Have a good one. That's right, Juliet. Good to see the answers being amazing. Zoolander Connect. Did I say something Zoolander-y? It's funny, someone's talking about recession talk. You know, it's hilarious. Let me try to pull this up. Larly posted this for me today. It's funny, man. Look, focus on recession despite Google search interest for recession. Look what happened back in 2007. Before, you know, obviously the dumped, and then I guess like we're still in it. And then it spiked again, and then it just fell off. And look what's happened recently. Just a huge spike in searches for recession.
Bruh.
You scared, man? Are you scared? Also, it came out today that U.S. Existing home sales spiked to a 5-month high, and that's bucking signs of an impending recession. But then also there was the fact that U.S. created 500,000 fewer jobs since 2018 than previously reported, new figures show. So it's kind of like, all right, good news and bad news. Not so great on the jobs, or less than, you know, reported, and then existing home sales spike. And so, but you know, the fundamentals I've been talking about with housing and stuff, millennials, boomers, all that stuff, constantly having to like clear my throat, man. It sucks. Just getting over this funk. It's not good for broadcasting, I'll tell you that. Having this, whatever it is, mycoplasma crap. Sorry, man. Macro linear trend, Kevin? What are you talking about, man? Are you talking about this stuff? Talking about how Monka S we are right now? Super Monka S? Yeah, in jeopardy. Definitely in I mean, that's it. Jeopardy is the trend line.
I like turtles.
He likes turtles. Where are the turtles?
I like turtles.
Need to get those. Hand over the turtles now. Do it, man. But yeah, this is just the other look. I guess it's good to look at it since we haven't today. And this is the uptrend, right? Breaking below 9,400, 9,000, very bad, right? That starts, that's one local bottom. You have multiple local bottoms, 7,500, not many after that. So really need to start, remember we have the price contraction going on. So we can extend this to right here. Right, price contraction, and that's nearing the bottom. We go down to 9,600. And remember, the idea of 9,600 is what? The other harmonic. Under 13% right there. Bearish cipher. It's good, whatever. All right, the cipher. If we say we did break down, 113% minimum. All right, for it to be a valid cipher. So that's another way of looking at it. But then we had, you just got the downtrend. You've got the 7-week long correction at this point. Hi, there's a garden. Hold on a second. I'm waiting on the delay. Sorry, I just saw that. Mr. Anderson, maybe. Maybe from traveling too much. Maybe from doing all kinds of things. Okay. Working too hard, playing too hard.
Does price need to drop closer to 9,600 to be a bat pattern? Or could it be a bat with the current low?
Hi, there's a garden. Thanks for the 499 super chat. So as discussed a little bit earlier, 9650 is the cutoff. It could stop right here and roll up and be fine, because remember, it's between a 382 and an 886. Anywhere in between, we could get a pivot point and rally, okay, and start that last leg. So I mean, I guess that's the max. 9645 is the 886, which we've seen before. Hey, look no further than the bearish cat pattern, which is not the bearish bat because it did not hit an 886, but it did hit a 1618 and a 786 confluent. So we just call that the bearish cat, a mix between a bearish cipher and a bearish bat, the cat, right? So does that make sense? 9642 is your cutoff. Time to really start Monk S-ing, I guess. The time to Monk S is if we fall really below 9570, which we know we could. Heck, Bitcoin could go down to 8880 and it'd still be a potential cipher. There you go, right around Oh, it's 1414. So 9200, excuse me. We can't go to 88. I don't know where. And it's only before. What the heck? This is different because it's the tether chart. It's different than. So there's a wick on Coinbase is much larger than Binance's. So they're different percentage points. All right. So it depends on what exchange you're looking at. But this is this is your cutoff right here. You go below 9200, you're probably in a lot of trouble. I mean, you obviously don't want to go below 113% because you want to stay within the parameters of the upsloping support. But we know it's not up to us and we don't have expectations, right? So okay. That's right, Peter Piper. Isn't that nice? Right? If we did hit an 886 retrace, it would be confluent with the heart line of the downsloping structure, the 7-week long correction. Yes, that's cool. That's awesome. If we want, real quick, just to say hi, we can go to Bitcoin futures chart. Just for a minute. Look at it. Not really that great, is it? 10,080. Why is this off? Yeah, it sometimes gets screwed up. When you switch between log and linear, it'll just get messed up. So, yeah, yesterday was a bearish engulfing candle, got a new day, and yeah, we're outside of the channel. Outside of that channel, man. So still inside the midterm downtrend. All right, don't really want to be falling below 9250, the previous lows. What's up, Davis Hudson? I think it's very, very possible we could sell off more. Yeah. I mean, is the 4-hour giving us any indication right now that the bottom is in, or that there's exhaustion of sellers? Not yet. Not really yet, man. Like, how can anyone say that the sellers are completely exhausted now? I mean, a higher low is good, but again, like, if we could sell one more time. I mean, I get it, though. I understand fully that from this low to this low, there is less negative momentum and there's higher levels of relative strength. So could be convergence, but what if, say, we sold off more and ran down to like 9,600, you know, your oscillator or your RSI could dump again and get oversold, right, while we make that. And guess what, man? That's the same impulse, right? So if you do that, then you could have more convergence. And it's almost divergence because it's an 886. It's the exact. It could be very, very similar to what happened last time. And this was, I brought this up. It was like the first level of you know, bullish divergence that we'd really seen on the RSI since February, and we got it. And so it was really kind of convergence, man, in a way. Well, no, all right here though. Sorry, in the tail end from this low to this low, it was the first divergence. But then you could say from here to this bottom was convergence, right? Same type of thing. So what you'd maybe like is what it did here was we like rally it. Maybe the 786 is exactly where we rallied a couple times and then failed and then went to the 886. That's what happened last time, and that's how we were able to usher in some divergence at this area. So maybe we crap around and do the same stuff, but you'd have to have the exact same market participants if it was to play out that way. And we don't know that, so it could do something completely opposite and different. Okay. Square ups, people talking about square ups. Where is it? See, I think there's a square up right around 96.83. Some could argue that it was hit, but it wasn't. Like that little spot right there where the pump started, you never really quite got down there. And so there could be, and where is that? That square up is right at the measure move of this rising wedge pattern that we broke out of. It's also where? Right at the 886. So could we sell off again to square up to maybe give ourselves some convergence? You know, some, you know, like, you see what I'm saying? Maybe this happens. Very, very thought-provoking, very intriguing. I think you would all declare that right now. Okay, square up to the downside right here. And then to the upsides, people are asking, whatever. Square up right around 10.7, 10.8. Right up here. Yeah, right around that area. Okay, man. So, I mean, far away from square ups. That's it. Also, a little miniature square up. I mean, you could argue maybe at like 10,000. We haven't gotten there yet. But again, it just seems, oh, okay. And there's a conclusion that could be drawn on why we might sell off again and get to that coveted 886 area. And then maybe get some 60-minute bullish evidence. Who knows, right? Man, that's awesome. Going through thought processes with y'all live. Very cool. Good talk. Elliot, did that help, man? Elliot Urbina. What's up, Brooklelinos? Haven't talked to chat much because we were doing quizzes and stuff. So I was engaging, but just not like saying hi. Joff, until it's not, yes. I mean, look, you can go back in the corn's history and look in any long-term sustained uptrend where we've retraced 50%, 61% of the way, and we've done it for a couple months before running again. It looks very similar, even though obviously nothing's certain, and of course this could just break to the downside. We understand that, but you got to understand the context before the consolidation pattern, which was all upsloping, not downsloping, right? But yeah, dude, obviously it could always break the other way. Contraction, man. Price contraction is very neutral. You gotta be very careful. Wait for confirmation. All right? And that's it, dude. All of the bats are depressing. Why, Kevin? No, bats are awesome, dude. Dude, digging this music. Turn it up. Turn up the music, man. Sorry, man. It's rough. Turn right down. Sorry. I said it for a minute. Clinton, man. Glad you like the music. Me too. I'm really digging the music. Start planning vacations now. Get in early. Vacations, dude. I've just went on too many little vacations. They're workations, though, because I got to, you know, if I streamed from a location I was at, that's good. Good stuff, right? Yeah, Renoir, that did get taken care of. Yeah, man, that was the talk of the town. Genix, I don't know, man. He said something about... What are my thoughts on the idea that Bitcoin has never broken an all-time high before a halvening? I don't know, man. Good news for me is I don't have any like bet on when Bitcoin has to hit an all-time high. Isn't that amazing, right? We're just looking for, you know, the waves. We're looking for the slightly lower lows with divergence, the slightly higher highs with bearish divergence. We're looking for tops and the bottoms, patterns, whatever, man, trends. We're not too concerned about Bitcoin hitting 20K anytime soon. Like, I mean, it's just not, maybe for, you know, whatever, right? For everyone that just wants Bitcoin to go to moon, maybe that's their concern, but Bitcoin could go up, down, up, down, up, down. And as long as it's respecting the TA, we're happy, okay? And it has been, right? Respects the TA like crazy. Dude, I mean, like, remember the bearish cipher, the crab cat, whatever, double bottom, bullish cipher on the 4 hour. Remember all these things were, it follows the TA, man. Down here, there was bullish divergence, convergence, so close, about the same. Boom, gone. Sorry, man. But why I guess anyone that wants Bitcoin to make higher highs, why one would want higher lows right here, is because of this simplistic Momo shift that can be identified, where you had lower lows, lowest low. All of a sudden, higher lows. Higher low, higher low. Okay, so make of that what you will. It was 1, 2, and then the lowest. And then 1, 2. What will happen? Will this buck what we've been doing, the upsloping support, right? Or will it make a lower low? Either way, we know we could still be fine, right? Because of the cipher, the bounce. And the bounce of that last C to D wave could be what breaks us out here. What's up, Danny Armada? And that's okay, man. We're not concerned about that. That pattern's huge, right? It's a very large developing consolidation pattern. So tons of price in between. Yeah, true black lung paw. Yeah, I went to the coal mine. And yeah, I fell victim. I was actually the mines. No, I was at Chernobyl digging holes. What happened, Indie Trust? Here's Jordan West is saying some people expecting a capitulation. Still, you don't get it. Why would there be capitulation? This general uptrend, don't capitulations come near the end of bear markets? Yeah, and the end of uptrends. Capitulation moves can happen at the end of uptrends too. Yeah. And just look, man, I get it. I don't, the whole capitulation to the downside thing. I mean, hey, if they're right, was it based on something that they saw, or were they just guessing? And then, okay, capitulation move. I get that we got lower highs, but dude, we're in an uptrend, long-term uptrend. And then, you know, think about the ultra uptrend before it.
Is that a joint?
Hey Mr. Mitch, can you take a look at $GSS? It's a mid-tier Canadian gold mining company. Looks pretty sexy on the 4 hours. Try hard.
Oh, it's Mr. Wellington. Call Mr. Wellington from Nigeria, man. He will help you out on your gold mining or something. Thank you, Mr. Wellington, man. I couldn't do without you, Mr. Wellington, man. Yeah, man, we can take a gander.
You play a very aggressive game.
Not too difficult to look at either. Very, very simplistic. I like it, man. Hello, Wyckoff. Nice to meet you. So, general trend is obviously bearish, which is not what you're looking for. But looks like you bottomed out, and now you're making higher lows. Your impulse up, and the range came after the impulse. So we are at areas of value, potentially, right? But hey, man, wait a second. Could this be a shark if it did have a false breakout to the downside? And if it went all, look at these little sneaky lows back from 2013. Right, if it goes down to 192, you could say there's still support there, right? But yeah, man, yeah, you're definitely at an area of potential value and could be trying to spring to the upsides. I don't know, did I have the support? It was here. Yeah, right where you are. So you broke out, but then you just... Oh, piercing line? Nice piercing line reversal yesterday. But still, today, you ran up and hit that area that was once a support as resistance and then sold off just slightly, not too bad, before the close. And so getting back above that and then be back testing could have a nice rise to the upside, and could, of course, this range could have a nice rally. This is a nasty move down, very short period of time, July 18th. You were at $5 roughly, you got all the way down to, man, you lost like half your value on GSS in 5 weeks before here we are. Before this, the, again, piercing line reversal on the daily 4 hour. Oh, a little bit of bullish divergence going on. But you really wanted on the daily, but we didn't have it. Didn't have it at all. So just multiple things to think about, I guess. You are making a 96%, 97% retrace from this previous low to the highest point. So is that accumulation? Potentially. Let's see if we can, look, you got to break back above 280, 281, break above it and maybe back test the spring, and then you could get a very nice move to the upside. And your targets could be, look, I mean, you could Fibonacci once you find the bottom, a 50% retrace, halfway mark. Look, there's lots or decent amount of resistance there, but ultimately, one's buying at the bottom and one's trying to sell near the top, right? The real part of the range. Okay. Hope that helps.
Bruh.
What's up, Prodigal Taurus? Oh, sorry, music's really loud, my bad. Yeah, this type of music, man. This is it, dude. This is welcome to the future, dude. Welcome to now. Do we look at Cardano today? Not yet. We can. Hasn't really moved too much. Let's go to, hold on, another watch list. We go to 88. Didn't quite make it there yet. It's okay. If Bitcoin sells up one more time, we still might get our chance. Still trying to sell off. Still trying to get to that area, that little zone of entry between a 786 and 1414 fib extension, right? PCZ, pattern completion zone, and you got the daily divergence on the oscillators to boot. Yeah, you know what, man? If you zoom in with a microscope, you can magnifying glass, you can see even more. And then here, like if it sells off, and if we get down to like 4.355 cents, you might have again a slightly lower low with even higher levels of relative strength, and it could be triple RSI, bullish divergence, at a PCC of a pattern that has been in development. It all started in December of 2018, dude. Huge pattern, larger than your friggin' face, from a breakout of a downsloping structure to boot. There's your Cardano, man, since you asked. This is the daily, man. This isn't a joke. Did I do Bitcoin TA yet? Is that even a real question, dude? Yeah, Bradford, you saw Mr. Wellington. I can't believe it, man. Jerome Powell wants to curl up in a fetal position and hide. Yeah, probably. Stefan, man, thanks so much, dude. Glad you're watching. Are you newer sub? Let me know, man, how long you been watching. Yeah, I've been doing this over 7 years. I guess getting closer and closer to 8 or something. I don't even remember anymore. It's just been a long time, dude. What's up, Katana? Been 2 times. Okay, we've got, we'll see. I've been live now for 1 hour and 12 minutes. Sorry, just gonna do a late one. Local on the lates. Oh my god. Peter Piper, Mitch, would it be wrong, or could X to A be the last high before the downward price action? Because then all other points are exact with coinciding resistance, and Bitcoin could still go low as 950. Sent you chart. You did. Did you PM it to me? Confused. Yeah, you sent it to me PM. Okay. I'm not very sure what you're talking about. I mean, your pattern looks identical to the one I've got up right now. 886. So... That's a good attitude, Darren, man, but it's good to note when a trend ends so you can definitely plan accordingly so you don't have to take on losses or maybe even take a short to hedge against your losses, whatever your strategy is.
Bruh.
Bitcoin is the rock and you are the roll.
V-Vision, man, thanks for the 182. The 10 bats. Oh my god. I just got 10 bearish bat connects. Thank you, V-Vision, man, for the crypto contribution. Much love. 27 more likes to 200. What? What's up, Side Girl? Good to see you. As always. It's been a long journey, hasn't it, Side Girl? Where it all started and where we are now. Feels good. XLM, scrubby scrub. Continuing to sell off even with the divergence at hand. Just continuing right now. It's like making 52-week lows, all-time lows. I think. I don't think all-time lows. I think there's more data on other charts, but it's close. It's like at that inception price levels, right? Yeah, just continuing to sell, man. Well, I mean, but you know, the thing is, for anyone who wants to be long, you're just waiting to see if XLM would ever recover and break back above 7.406 cents. Other than that, we don't care, right? I'm not really concerned about XLM until it breaks 7.3 cents and then back tests it as support. Then I might be inclined to take a long opportunity just because of the spring, right? We're breaking a little range bearishly right now. So, not really for XLM. It's bad, dude. XLM's just a terrible performer. Like, no one can defend XLM on its performance, its price action. All right. Same with XRP. You can't defend it. It's price action. Don't be coming at me with fundamentals when XRP has done nothing but terrible for this entire year. Oh, you didn't the Litecoin hash rate crash, Praveen? Is there a way to look at hash? I wish there was a way TradingView had hash rate on the charts. That'd be pretty cool, man. You know, it has a Bitcoin dominance chart. We hadn't looked at that in a while. Maybe we should look at it. Still right there, 69.95%, holding strong. Still right at this area, right at that December 7th, 2017 level. And Bitcoin, the price action, spot price, kept rising for a couple more weeks before it devastated, even though this started dumping because of the ICOs and the altcoins, right? Remember XRP and Ethereum started their marches and stuff shortly after Bitcoin started correcting. So this thing just keeps on going, man. Just like impulse up, consolidation, it might rise again. If it does, it's not really good for altcoins. If you're trying to trade an altcoin, this going up is not really good for the alts, man, at all. Sorry to say. Okay. Got 37 minutes left until your daily close. So we are in the midst of power hour, the last hour of the 4-hour and last hour of the day. I mean, ultra power hour would be like the last day of the week, last hour of the week, last hour of the 4-hour, right? Sunday.
Mitch, it's not same. My A is around 11,950 Euro, much higher. I use the last high before breakdown and you will see 0.618 is there and 786 is dead on downward trend line. Sorry to keep asking, but my is if I can use that A. THX. BTC 4 hours. Can you show how you got your measured move?
Bruh.
My fibs line up to your perfect, but my MM only went to 9,926.
Oh my god, I think my mic was muted that whole time. Sorry, dude. Okay, let me do this again. Let me say this again. So where he has his X. Yes, FPS, I will. Thank you, man. That is not a discernible swing high. The discernible swing high is clear as day. Very, very clear. Your impulse here, it stopped here, made lower highs. That is why I chose it. Here, think about it. If this was to run to the upside and you needed to get fib extensions, you wouldn't be anchoring here to here. Heck no, dude. You'd be anchoring from here to here. to get fib extensions for higher prices up here. But then at that point, you just be looking, there's an 886, whatever, right? So, no, I think this is arbitrary as an anchor point for X. And I think this should be put right here, because that is where you would go high to low to get fib extensions, right? That's just me, though. So you do your thing, but I'm just telling you, I believe this is an arbitrary touch point just because it is not a swing high at all. Okay? Sweet.
Bruh.
Does that help any? Just like constantly draining, man. It just sucks, dude. I mean, I think it's just the antibiotics or whatever doing its thing. Oh, yeah. All right, so now the next question is FPO Sting about the corn. Can you show how you got your measured move? Yes, I can certainly show you how I got the measured move. Very easy. And it's off just a little bit. I think I did it on the 4 hour before. But yeah, it's a little bit lower, it looks like. I mean, it's right in the vicinity. I don't really care. Oh my God, a couple bucks. Right, from the widest area, right? The pattern consolidation from the lowest point to highest point, at the beginning of the structure, from that first impulse, from the breakout, 934, right around there. So look, if it's a little bit lower, that means okay, then it's just a little bit lower, meaning it's going to literally touch the square up. Which if you see, it's just a little off. Okay, so whatever. Does that make sense? Just the rising wedge. That's how I did it, man. Okay. Does that help? Oh my God, music's loud. How? So annoying.
Is that a joint?
Yo Mitch, if your throat is still bothering you, try Mr. Cheesel's Chi. It's a wonderful dandelion nettle blend. Good for new beginnings.
Dude, where do you get your weed? From you, Dante. Oh, that's right. Oh, what's up, Mr. Cheesel, man? Dude. Oh, Chargers, thank you so much for the 420, but thanks so much for the good vibes, man. And the nice dandelion blend of tea, man. Don't drink his tea, ever. Good things are coming. Good things are coming. Y'all are great. Yeah, I didn't mean to go mute. I've been having to back and forth mute a lot past couple streams just because sick. Okay, you're not going to hear my noises, my coughs and whatevers. Okay. Antibiotics wrecked toilet connect. Wayne Batson, how dare you? How dare you? Rob Smith says never stops dumping. Yes, many times it stops dumping. You must have amnesia. Did you not see this entire year leading up to July 26th or June 26th, excuse me? Mr. Cheesel is a great strain you grow. Blue cheese. Sounds nasty, Danny. Whatever that means. Okay. Bear Saffron FedEx. This is pretty gnarly, man. Kind of looks like the trend's in jeopardy. Maybe this should be a log scale. It should be a log scale. What the heck? Mother of God, that's like perfect. Wow. So here's FedEx in log scale. It goes back to, global financial crisis recovery. Been stellar. But definitely not lately, right? Not looking too hot. And you said, what was it, man? What was the bearish cipher on FedEx. How could you have a bearish cipher on FedEx? Bearish cipher. I mean, X, A, B, C. I mean, maybe if it gets down here, but not yet. It has to make 113% retrace. You're just talking about something like, kind of like this. Forget this for now. Let's leave this on the weekly. I know, I don't think so. This is not near deep enough of a retrace. Or you're saying X, A, B, C. So I don't know, man. Not yet. I wouldn't look at it like that so much. So it's almost like you're range bound, right? You're range bound between resistance and it looks like some support. Right, you break below this support. Well, not much support at all till 122. So you just better be careful. I think there's just more so a little bit of a downtrend going on. Wow. The angle of descent just kept getting worse and worse. I think there's, at one point, there's going to be some sort of bump and run trend line way up here, right, that you'll have to break. We don't have to worry about that right now. Went from 276 to 150. Okay. Don't really know at this point, since I feel like if we did anything, we broke out, right? Maybe not. Dang, dude. Alright, so you haven't even broken, but it seems like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. You're showing this distribution. You keep distributing with a buy wall, and once all these buy orders get filled, there may not be any more demand at this price, and the price could plummet to the downside. But either way, you are in an uptrend. I mean, I'm sure there's, look, 1, 2, look right there. Oh my God, look at that. All right, 1 and 2. You're kind of right there, man. Just flirting with it. You bounced initially, but now here you are again, more methodically. Again, you fall below 150. No, what is it? You fall below, 150. You're going down to 120. Probably pretty fast. Okay, FedEx connects. Okay. That's right, Grandma's boy. Yes. Just reading. Andre Boyd, I mean, we do that like every stream. And if you want to learn more about what I do in the stream and you can better follow it, joining the Patreon is a great way to do it. It's like an installment. We do all the education. So much education in the Patreon. Uh-oh. Diane Fisk is a genius and says the daily dump will start in 10 minutes. I mean, like, okay, man. I've had many other people do the same things, and then it doesn't happen, and then we never see them again. All right, so. But yeah, we haven't hit the measured move, and we sure as heck have not hit the 886, nor have we hit the square up. I think 9,600 is like the perfect area where we could easily see prices. All right, we go from 10,089 right now to 9,600 at some point very soon. But you don't want to be going lower than that, I don't think, if you want to see this bat play out. All right. Not really, right, Brain? Not if you join the Patreon and look at the educational clips. It's very easy. But, of course, you can just find the information online somewhere on Google Image. But, again, I explain it in the Patreon to the best of my ability. I don't do year-end predictions, Jay. Sorry. Too many variables. Unknown variables that can occur. spelled your name correct. Maybe I didn't spell it, did I? Anyway, if you're enjoying the live stream, that like button, that bell, that sub. I think I picked up 0 subs today. Hype for crypto being dead at 10K, right? Thanks for the 714 people watching. All right, we've had a good stream so far. Looked at a lot of different things, a lot of different assets, and 20 more minutes, man. Okay. Just here's your zoomed out view again, where you are trying your dangdest to stay inside the uptrend. Trying so hard. And what else are you trying to do? The uptrend, but what is confluent with the uptrend trend line right now? Look left, chat. Don't forget, oh sweet mother of God, May 4th, May 5th, 2018. This little zone right here, man. The wick and the candle close. You bounced off it one time, 2 times, 3rd time right now. You really need to hold that. Don't want to fall below it. If you can hold and sustain prices above this long enough, eventually you'll probably take another chance at 11.2, but that's a big if, right? Because of the way natural support resistance works historically. Okay. Racy, thanks for the sub. Welcome. Why is it down? Because it's just it had an impulse down and then rallied and on low volume, and when that happens, often you sell off. Not really a big deal. Yeah, right, Brian. Maybe, dude. Or hey, I literally just answered. Calm down. And is it down? I mean, really, dude? Down from what? Down from where people took longs for no reason? Or, I mean, the Gartley, dude. This was here. This was here. All right, this was down at 3,300, 3,400. A lot of y'all maybe weren't here yet. I don't know. Whoops. Keep asking, Jorge. See what happens, dude. Because I couldn't hear you the first time. Let's see. Huh. Interesting. Oh, mother of God. I'll tell you, man. People asking about some of these alts, and it's like, Jesus. What even happened, man? This was Ethereum to BTC. That didn't low. So I was giving the example, like we were here, and it was like if you wanted a spring, this is the price action you'd have to get. You never got it. You just kept, once you broke the support, the follow through kept going, right? Follow through, like it's not about you breaking a trend line. It's about how the follow through price action occurs after, and you never got a spring to the upside at all. Just kept going. So this is a good example of how it would look if you sprung and then back tested the spring, and then that's when the move up could occur. So it never happened, but God forbid we try to educate in here, you know, whatever, dude. So just a continual sell off at this point, breaking all time lows. It's terrible, man. BTC pairs, trash, complete trash. There's nothing you can do about it. All right, nothing you can say about it but that. I mean, maybe there's triple MACD bullish divergence, but are people even buying this crap anymore? Jesus. So bad. Sorry, this is off. I don't know why this is real off. Maybe it was in log scale? Yes. That's it. It was log scale. And we broke out and then back tested, and that's the area where it was like you back testing the geometrical support, the horizontal line support, but then you broke back into this channel. So at this point you could probably adjust. And the downtrend continues, man. Downtrend continues. Look at the heart line where you are. Great, dude. Real great. Jay, you need to go, first off, close your account, stop. That's the first thing you do. And stop trading with margin or leverage. And then you need to completely rethink how you're doing things. Okay. Because, I mean, this is not how you're not supposed to be the degen gambler as a trader. You're supposed to be the house playing against the degen gamblers. You see what I'm saying? With your edge. Technical analysis is your edge as a trader. You're supposed to play the numbers game. So Bob Lazar, good to see you, man. FPF Stang said in the last month, I've learned how to chart the types of divergence, fib lines, and measure moves because of Patreon. Boom. Yep. And the old Warren Buffett saying, they're all the 3 L's that will make you go broke. Liquor, ladies, leverage. There you go, man. Don't be a degen. What's up, Misk Litcher? Welcome. Does it, Mo, man? I don't know about that. But yeah, that does happen. I mean, when sell-offs happen, yeah, they are inherently way more severe than rallies. Panic, emotion. That's why like we see V recoveries so often in the stock market because of emotionalism. A couple people get behind it, then and then think about insiders. Knowing other insiders communicating, oh yeah, they started buying. Oh, okay, everyone starts going crazy. Then the V happens. Awesome, Infinite Paradox. I'm glad you're learning, man. What is a loser puncher? I didn't say loser puncher. I don't think I've ever said that till now. All right. So anyway, man. We'll get like 15 minutes until your daily close. Doesn't seem like too much is going to happen. So I guess let's wrap it up a little early, which is cool. My music really stopped, dude. That's fine, man. It's whatever. Sorry. I got this, man. So everyone calm down. Wow, it's like, is that difficult to get it, man? FPF Stang, man. Log scale uses percentage change, not price change. Okay. And one would be using log scale when there is exponential gains or losses in a short period of time or a very long period of time, right? So if you're looking at a stock that goes back to like 1990 or 2000, yeah, probably log scale, right? Especially there's been exponential growth in that time period. Even in like a short period of time, like it can be argued that Bitcoin can be looked at in log scale for its uptrend. Like from December, because you went from 3150 to 14K in like 5-6 months. That's exponential growth in not much time at all. What's up, Crypto Don Juan? Good to see you, man. You think Bitcoin will go into a huge downtrend? All right, that's cool. I mean, sure, it obviously could, but we're looking for a harmonic right now. What if like it creates the harmonic first and then dumps after, right? Yeah, we're just, I think, in the XABCD stuff, looking for C right now. Oops, this is off. Log scale, my bad. There we go. Alright, so like 13 minutes left. So I appreciate everyone coming by today. Please hit that like button, that bell, that sub on the way out. Thanks for the dislikes today. Amazing. So I'll just be back later. Look for the 886-9600. Till next time, respect the TA.